Come. And another heave. Addison between the legs. Kelly!
Only way to end the day. Only way to end the day.
Right before the buzzer.
DMV Hoop Session at the Capital Hoop Summer League, providing the best high school basketball in the DMV. DMV Hoop Session presents the public school versus the private school Capital Hoop Summer League All-Star Basketball game.
And a very warm welcome from the Morgan and Kathy Wooten Gymnasium here at DeMatha Catholic High School in Hyattsville, Maryland. It's the 2024 Capital Hoop Summer League All-Star Game right here on SASN TV. Noah Schubert alongside Branson Brooks and Bryce Parker on the call. Skylar Nelson, our sideline reporter, and Chris Bryant on production. And we have the public and private school All-Stars going at it here. We finished the regular season just a few days ago. We're raring up for the playoffs here, and it should be a fantastic game before several of these players are going to be competing for that all-heralded Summer League championship at the end of the summer. And Branson, we'll start with you. This public school team, you know, it's a little bit of that public school, private school rivalry, but this public school team, they have a lot to prove against some of these private school players. You got Bullis, you got DeMatha, but the public school players, they're here to make a name for themselves.
Yes, just like you said, the public school is here to show that they belong. With this All-Star game being at the DeMatha, being hosted by DeMatha High School, and having all these people here to witness them do their thing, it's going to be a great show.
And Bryce, DeMatha, the hosts of this game, they have an all-star themselves in Jacob Wallace playing on this team, as well as Jamal McKnight Jr. So we've got two DeMatha players on this team playing on their home court. They're the number one seed going into the playoffs, and it seems like they're just here to show out and, in a way, protect home court with some other private school stars.
Oh yeah, trust and believe that these two DeMatha stars and Wallace and McKnight are going to come out here and play hard on their home court. You know, DeMatha, again, the number one seed, they're gonna come to play. And another player that I'm excited to watch is Bullis' Angelo Dickinson out of the class of 26. He's 6'4", he's a guard. We saw him in the summer league play for Bullis, and he does it on both ends. He's a two-way player, and he scores at all three levels. So get your popcorn ready. I believe this is a player that's going to have a big game.
I think that we are finally ready to go. Referees giving each other the thumbs up, and it looks like we are ready to start. It's Moody in the circle with Kelly. Private versus public school all-star game is on its way, and the tip is won by the private school all-stars, pulling up very early, and the shot is no good. Rebound to J.J. Kelly. So already we're seeing players just...
So not a deep pull-up three, but we started with a pull-up three for sure. We started with a pull-up three.
And there's a deeper shot, and it's off the back iron and no good.
It's gonna be good to see who gets hot early.
Kick out. Moody for three. And it bounces up, and the shooter's touch. Prince Alexander Moody with the first basket of the game.
We saw Moody getting jumpy, getting bouncy during warm-ups. We see him shoot the three to start off the game. Good shot, good shot.
Soft touch off the back iron. We love to see it.
Moody under 23% shooting from distance during the Summer League regular season, but he connects on his first shot from behind the arc. As the public school all-star is looking for a break, 7 seconds to shoot. Kelly, and I think that one just kissed the front of the net. An air ball for Kelly. Take it the other way, pull-up jumper, rims in and out for Jacob Wallace. Kelly grabbing the rebound again. He's been under the boards a lot. 9 rebounds per game, and he almost gets his pockets picked, and he does. Take it the other way, fouled, and the basket will not go in. So,
great steal by Khalid Norcom to lead to the breakaway layup. We see J.J. Kelly had to stop him to present the layup.
First free throw is no good.
We get to see the display of the 6'6" wings length on the defensive end on that play.
And second free throw is true. So it's now a 4-0 game in favor of the private school all-stars. And you see the full court press on the inbound.
Full court press in the all-star game. Interesting, interesting.
Safe to say these guys want to get after it.
And there's the first basket. Giannis Kiki taking it strong in the lane. Other 77 on the other end. Moody kicks it out. Three-pointer and cashing it in for the tray. Jacob Wallace from distance.
Yes, sir. Knocking down the three-pointer in his home gym. Love to see it. Love to see it.
Like you said, Branson, these DeMatha guys are going to get after it.
As there's a block. And on the other side, Moody able to track it down. He'll shoot another three-pointer. That one rolls off the rim too. Now taking in transition. On the other side.
And a nice block by Moody.
And there's some elevation in the slam.
Again, like I said, the 6'6" wing out of Norcom is going to show that length, and he got up for that one.
Yeah, he get into the rack early, creating havoc.
It's now a 9-2 lead for the private All-Stars, and a foul called on the shot.
We saw a nice shifty move from guard Kalen Chilton. Again, Kalen, 2027 guard, just at 5'9", but last season in his freshman year averaged 23.5 points a game with 2.8 assists.
Chilton hits the first free throw. Had a 40-point double-double in the regular season, 42 points and 10 rebounds. And he goes 2 for 2 from the line. It's just a hair under an 85% free throw shooter, so 9-4. Gap gets closed just a little bit by the public school All-Stars. Handoff, Grant Polk dishes it out to Moody. Moody, contested three off the backboard. Down the other way, Thomas. And the pass just a little out of the reach of Andrew Maria. So private school All-Stars will get it back. Up 9-4. Pull-up three-pointer. Back of the rim. Board down to Caleb Thomas.
You see Norcom trying to show his all-around game.
And Maria, there was a little bit of a disconnect. He just threw it out of bounds right into the private All-Star bench.
And that's another thing about these All-Star games. You know, these guys have not had a lot of experience playing with each other, so definitely going to be some miscommunication early.
Yes. Well, we've seen Maria able to get out the break early as well, so let's keep hoping for him to be able to get some nice dunks.
Wallace calls for the screen from Caden Samuels into the corner. Three-pointer, and that is going to be true for Grant Polk.
Like we said, Polk averaged 31.4 points a game in the regular season. Oh, yeah, he's about to heat up.
Crossover move, and the reverse lay-in doesn't fall in. Moody backing up cross-court to Polk. Polk from the corner, and it's off the front iron. And the board down to the public school All-Stars. Kiki, floater, and he gets blocked in midair. On the other side, and the two-handed finish just below the rim is in for Caden Samuels.
Nice breakaway for Samuels. We've seen him be able to control the offense and cut in the right spaces, so nice to see him get rewarded.
So Kalen Chilton, he pulls up and laces it.
And this young guy has something to prove.
Chilton now with 5 points.
Yeah, and Chilton might be the smallest guy on the court, but you won't know it from his play.
And you can see that the public school team are affording him all the rights and responsibilities of being a point guard, as he's been taking the ball up the floor, and he's been pretty much given the green light to do whatever he wants with the basketball.
Yeah, I think that's a testament to his leadership on the floor. You know, like I said, the youngest guy on this public school roster, the smallest guy on this public school roster, and he has the keys to the Bentley.
Yes, and as Bryce mentioned before, with him being able to notch a 40-point, 11 rebound game, it shows he has the tenacity to be one of the best players on the court, even at his size.
Stands strong at 5'9", and plays for Team Durant in his AAU season. Inbound for the private school team. Jalen Wills gets it in. Corner three for Dickerson is true, and there's your guy, Bryce.
Yeah, I told you about Dickerson, man. He, like I said, he scores on all three levels.
And oh my goodness, some major speed from Bryce Selby.
Guy who got added late, he shows that he wants to be here.
James, turn around. Jamal McKnight Jr. denied, and on the other end, a circus shot off the backboard. Private school taking it. Dickerson thought about the three.
Could get in his bag a little bit.
And he does a little bit too much. Other end transition layup won't fall for Jordan Garner, and it's out of bounds. Private school basketball underneath the hoop.
So we're seeing a little bit of early hustle to these boards, so that's a time to sell of what's later to come in the game.
It's a 17-9 lead for the private school team. And it's been a fairly evenly matched or fairly evenly distributed points. As I think Jamal McKnight Jr. he had his zero chain on, and the referees were not going to let that slide. There's some crossover, pull up from the free throw line is true for Jaden Wills once more.
Wilson at 5'11", scored averaged 30 points a game last season.
Top of the key three was no good for Tavares Vaughn Cooper, and public school had two players grab the rebound and could not get those second chance points. Take it coast to coast, draws the foul. Khalib Norcom will shoot two. Norcom, the 6'6" junior forward. First shot is in. And 2 for 2 for Aiden Abel.
And Aiden Abel coming in averaging 21 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, and 2-point assists. It's nice to see his impact early.
Finn will try a three-pointer off the front of the rim. Nice hustle rebound, but cannot collect it. Jamal McKnight Jr. will track it down. Crossover, baseline to the corner. Three-pointer on the way, and it's in. Finds the bottom of the net for Jalen Wills.
2 early threes for Jalen Wills. Nice to see that 30-point per game score cooking early.
It's a 24-9, 15-point lead for the private school All-Star team. It's backdoor pass, got tipped away. Pull-up three-pointer.
Wills was trying to go 3 for 3, but you cannot leave Wills with that much space, even in an All-Star game. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Deep shot rims in and out for Jordan Garner. On the other way, Jamal McKnight Jr., fancy footwork to the corner. Contested three, too far. And they're boxing out for the rebound, Bryce Selby. Weaving his way through traffic, and a nice pass for Selby, and gets rewarded with the assist. Jordan Garner finishes it.
Selby was a late addition into this game, and you can see he's proving on both ends why he belongs here.
Yeah, Selby probably could have dumped that off, probably could have went up with that layup, but decided to dump it off. Great play.
And through the contact, Abel leaves it short. In with the board. Thought about taking it coast to coast. Instead, tried to dump it off to J.J. Addison. And it goes off the back iron.
McKnight trying to get a little bounce. He almost got it there. Almost had it there.
On the other side, 3-2 strong. Logan Jones with the board, takes it up in the corner. Dickerson hesitates. He'll take it in and finishes with the left for Angelo Dickerson.
Dickerson said, I got you, my boy. I got you.
Again, we see the three-level scorer. We saw him hit a three earlier and with the flush dunk with the left hand.
Nice move inside, giving it up to the corner for three, and that's short of everything. On the other end, contested and fouled. It'll put Logan Jones on the line.
So we see the private school being able to get out on the break consecutive times. They're really doing an all-star game to use.
Logan Jones, the 6'6" junior forward out of Potomac.
And Logan Jones coming in averaging 19.5 PPG last season, 8.9 rebounds and 0.9 assists per game. Great player.
He's had 4 double-doubles this season in the Summer League as we get a plethora of substitutes in. I think we'll see a lot of rotation here. I mean, it's barely the end of the first quarter, 2:16 to go, and you've seen almost everybody touch the floor. Jones goes 2 for 2.
You see number 8, Cameron Young, check in for the public school team out of Cardozo. This is an exciting player. Last season averaged 20.4 points per game and just under 5 rebounds.
Also played trying to break it up. Micah Samuels, and underneath, some razzle-dazzle for J.J. Kelly.
Great lob to J.J. Kelly. We see him get up for the high flying, but he can also get it on the outside as well.
Sneaky crossover from newly checked in Hakeem Muhammad, and he had it batted away.
And we just saw the fireworks on the other end by J.J. Kelly, who will also be featured in our dunk contest. I'm excited to see what this young man does.
Aiden Abel puts it back out to Logan Jones. Couldn't hit the three through the traffic. Other way, Thomas. Three-pointer from Kelly, and don't let J.J. Kelly take over this game. It's a 28-16, 12-point lead. Minute and a half to go. Private school All-Stars on top. Floater.
We see the game starting to do a little rhythm, a little back and forth rhythm. Real All-Star game.
The private school team has amounted such a lead that the public school is going to need a lot towards the end of for the next 3 quarters to come back in contention. As there's a foul, it'll put J.J. Addison on the line. Fouls against Micah Samuels. Addison put up 20 himself this season, almost averaged a double-double, 9.9 rebounds per game. For the 6'5" junior, and makes both of his shots. It's a 30-18 lead. Private school All-Star still up by 12. Ticking towards a minute to go in this first quarter. Kick out, recovered. Now going to work. I think that's going to be a long 2, and the bank is open for Micah Samuels. And they're going to call it a 3.
And we saw Michael Samuels do a great setup dribble to get to his shot right there. Great, clean, into the pull-up. Beautiful.
6'3" senior guard from Tacoma, hitting from distance. Becomes the 5th player from the private school team to hit a 3-pointer. Now behind the back.
Trying to get back in his bag.
And almost had the highlight reel play. And kind of lost it in his own dribble there. Micah Samuels trying to put on a show, and he was convinced it was his ball too. See his emotion, his reaction to the call going the other way in favor of the public school team.
Kind of like looked like he was looking at the team like, y'all got kind of lucky right there. I was going to do something crazy.
Yeah, Micah Samuels is trying to send the ankles back to Tacoma as we see another defensive play.
Micah Samuels bringing the energy right now, for real.
As J.J. Addison was trying to show off the Kyrie moves himself. And the hot hands from Micah Samuels putting an end to that, and I think we might see another one-on-one here. They're clearing out for the ISO, and it's poked away once more, and we have some standing applause in favor of Micah Samuels.
Michael Samuels came in this game with much motivation, and it seems like he's showing it right now.
Are they going to clear out the ISO again? They will. 15 seconds, turnaround jumper, and I guess eventually winning the battle. J.J. Addison gets the points.
So great defense, but better offense on that play.
And now we're going to see Samuels on the other side. Who can win? And they're going to get a foul on the floor against Addison. This is the dynamic that we're talking about for this All-Star game. They're clearing out the lane to get those ISOs going.
But yeah, these guys are hungry. They want it. They want to go after it, and they're going to showcase why they were selected to this All-Star game, because iron does sharpen iron.
Rebound grabbed, and the full court heave will be no good for Kelly. That'll do it for the first quarter of action. It's a 33-20 lead for the private school All-Stars. And at the beginning of that first quarter, it seemed like that the private school team was just going to absolutely run away with this game. But slowly but surely, the public school, they are mounting some form of a comeback, but also we're seeing some fun on the court as well.
Yeah, these guys, they're getting after it, but they're also having a good time. You know, these ISOs is not something that we're going to see, you know, back to back to back on consecutive possessions in the regular season. But these guys, they want it, and they're having a good time while doing it.
And even outside of the ISO, they were doing a great job of sharing the ball to give every player involved a chance to show their skills. So this is ready to see more of it in the second quarter.
As we saw everybody getting a chance to score there in that first quarter. There were 10 different players that scored for the private school team. Pardon me, 11. The only player that did not score for the private school in that first quarter was Hakeem Muhammad. And on the public school side of things, we have a couple players that have been standing out. J.J. Kelly with 5 points. J.J. Addison with 4 himself. Kalen Chilton also with 5. So there is some work to do for this public school team, but they've shown that they are up to the task as the second quarter, fresh 10 minutes on the clock, is underway. And starting with the ball, take it up the floor, Caleb Thomas. He'll pitch it to Kelly. Sets it down for Addison. Flip. That's a long 3, and it's true. Cameron Young, how about showing off that range?
Yeah, Cameron Young shot that one from D.C. He's going to put on for Uptown.
So it's down to a 10-point game. Long shot from the top and running away before it even goes in. That's how confident Caden Samuels was.
He knew it was going in before it even went down. Great shot by Caden Samuels.
Yeah, part of that 1-2 punch from McNamara that we're going to love to see.
And I think that J.J. Addison, he had a beeline towards the basket but called for the travel. We probably would have seen some fireworks.
Yeah, just got a little bit too eager on that one, put the ball down, and then after that, we can see the fireworks that's going to be displayed.
So Wallace entry pass, and the turnaround flush goes in. Khalib Norcom again.
Great seal-off by Norcom to be able to get open for that dunk.
Cross-court pass, inside, and a smooth finish. Just kind of gliding through the air, Caleb Thomas.
You see Caleb Thomas was able to use his length to get to the rim on that possession.
Offensive rebound, grab by Grant Polk. Dishes it out, flip, and intercepted down low. And Addison will take it with some speed up the floor. And Kelly can't finish the highlight reel. It'll stay with that public school team, but my oh my, that would have been a rim rocker if it went down.
Yeah, that was a Sports Center type of play that we just seen.
Yeah, I guess Kelly trying to give us a sneak peek to that dunk contest.
And contact. Addison will shoot free throws again. Went 2 for 2 in his first trip to the line.
J.D. Addison coming in, averaging 20 points per game last season.
Won a state championship in high school at Frederick up in Maryland this past year. Fortunately, his team did not qualify for the Summer League playoffs, so maybe that's why we're seeing a little bit of fun and a little less seriousness from Addison, as he's got 6.
Yeah, and if you think about a guy that is not going to be able to play in the playoffs, it's June. These guys aren't going to see any action until November, so he's trying to leave a great taste in their mouth, and that is a 3.
It's Caden Samuels again showing off the range. I mean, he's a top 90 recruit according to ESPN for 2026, and we're seeing why right here, as through 2 players and getting it in. Caleb Thomas.
It's a little too high for Caden Samuels right there, a little too high.
And Samuels can jump out the gym, but everybody has a little bit of a limit.
Yeah.
So we'll get another group of substitutes in with 8 minutes exactly to go in the second quarter. It's a 41-29 12-point lead for the private school team. Long range 3, and why not for Cameron Young?
I tried to tell you, man. Cameron Young, he's going to shoot it from uptown every time.
Looking for the answer. Goes in and out. Rebound from Giannis Kiki, and he'll take it up the floor. We'll see him at halftime as well. Puts it behind the back, takes it with the left. Can't get the finish. Other end, opportunity for Samuels, and he leaves it for a flying Khalib Norcom. Can't finish the dunk. And the range for Cameron Young has finally seen its limit.
So we've seen Khalif Norcom and Caden Samuel trying to connect on 2 different occasions on the alley-oop. Hopefully the third time's the charm.
We're talking about Cameron Young coming out of Cardozo, 5'11 senior, and he's showing off the distance. He's made 2 long-range threes from just about 24, 25 feet out. Missed on that third one.
Yeah, and they've slowly actually chopped down this lead. Public schools are only down by 9 at this point, and Cameron Young is definitely a part of that coming off the bench for the public school team.
Selby's back in the game, 6:55 to play, that 41-32 lead for the private school team as Selby dumps it off, and it's stolen by Polk. Up the floor, Samuels.
Tries that turnaround again, it just does not go.
Garner, that's a long 2. Rebound to Moody. And it somehow ends up in the hands of Khalib Norcom, who gets an easy finish.
At least Norcom able to get on the break again for an easy dunk.
8 points for Norcom. Pass is tracked down by Kiki. Giannis Kiki underneath, out. 3-pointer on the way. And Kiki with the board, turnaround jumper, and that one is better.
You see a Kobe-esque turnaround from Kiki.
On the miss, looking for the 3 off the front of the rim. Other way, it's Kiki. Kiki the lob. And no one seemed to connect on the lob so far. And it won't change here as I think Moody lost the handle of it midair, trying to send it up and get some laughs from Khalib Norcom. And you can really tell that these guys are having fun out here.
Yeah, they're having a good time. I think Moody was trying to leave that on the backboard for Norcom. Just did not connect.
Yeah, so we're sure to see some of these high-flying dunks and alley-oop connect during the dunk contest in halftime. So look forward to that.
It's a 43-34, 11-point lead for the private school players. 5:39 to go. Another deep 3. Offensive rebound. Hesitation. It's out. Kiki behind the back. Double teamed and gets it across inside the lane. Underneath. Another offensive rebound. Young crosses over, takes it with the left, up and under, and finally, private school team secures it. Dickerson to the corner, and he got blocked by the net there. Stopping short, public school on the other end. That's a nice block, and able to grab his own. Micah Samuels gets it up the floor, and the right-handed finish for Hakeem Muhammad.
Yeah, Hakeem Muhammad coming out of New Hope, averaged just under 25 points a game last season, only going into his junior year.
45-34, back up to an 11-point lead for the private school All-Stars, and a fantastic putback for Giannis Kiki. Cuts it back down to single digits.
Yeah, Giannis Kiki shows that he can float in the air, and a nice move by Muhammad.
You see Muhammad being able to start getting in his bag after a scoreless first quarter.
Again, that double-digit lead for this private school team. Pass in the corner, they're working it all around, and Jamie Finn was not expecting that entry pass from Bryce Selby.
Yeah, we see a beautiful pass by Selby, but Finn was just not ready for it.
I believe Hayden Walsh is going to be making his first appearance. The newest addition to this All-Star game. He was called on today to replace J.J. Massaquoi, who was already a replacement himself. Nice moves, pull-up 3. And the board to Andrew Maria. Leaves it off for Chilton. Chilton crossover, hesitate behind the back.
See Chilton really shifty with his handles. You see that's how he gets open for his shot.
Ferris Vaughn Cooper stops. Kelly trying to find an open lane, he can't. Back to Vaughn Cooper with 10 to shoot. Swings it. 3-pointer, there it is. Hayden Walsh, welcome to the All-Star game.
Hayden Walsh able to answer the call to be in the All-Star game and answer the call on that 3-pointer right there.
And it's now the shortest deficit it's been, only an 8-point difference between these two teams. Can it be made 5? And it cannot. Too strong from Tavares Vaughn Cooper. Dickerson off. And the board to Vaughn Cooper. Under 3 minutes to go. Alley-oop. Kelly finishes it off the backboard.
Hang time for Kelly.
Don't look now. It's a 6-point lead just for the private school team. 47-41, 2:45 to go. But the basket and the foul headed to the line for the and one, Micah Samuels.
And Micah Samuels showing that he is tough. You know, a guy that averaged 8.3 rebounds last season shows that he has tenacity.
Yes, and you can really see he's great at getting downhill to his bucket, whether it's getting to a pull-up or getting to the rim. He's very effective in that.
Micah Samuels, a complete player. 6'3" senior guard out of Tacoma. Had a very hard-to-come-by triple-double earlier this month against Thomas Jefferson. 14, 10, and 12 as he misses the free throw. It's an 8-point game. Kelly trying to go coast to coast, and he does successfully. Back-to-back baskets for J.J. Kelly.
And Kelly's going to tell you that he did not come all the way from Pennsylvania to not put on a show.
Three-pointer answer off the heel. Rebound. Three-pointer coming. That one also off, and Kelly grabs the board. Nifty pass. Can Walsh connect it? He can.
Walsh getting in the game and being able to make his mark.
A 42.2% three-point shooter. It's a three-point basketball game nearing 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Other side, driving in and extending that lead back up, Jamal McKnight.
And McKnight's going to say that this is my court, and I'm going to have my way every time I touch the ball.
Walsh, you can see Angelo Dickerson playing a little bit further back, but it does not matter. Hayden Walsh, his third straight make from deep.
And Walsh did not come in this game to play. He said, y'all gonna call on me for this moment, and I'm gonna take advantage.
And the private school All-Stars calling a timeout with 1:41 to go. It's a 2-point deficit. We saw this game was a 13-point game, 33-20 in favor of the private school team coming into the second quarter, and now cut down to just 2.
Yes, this public school team said we have something to prove. We have something to say. Don't count us out, because now they're creeping up.
And it's great. It really shows the morale on the team to come back from being down double digits and then bring it to a 2-point game before half. It's going to be a good one, fellas.
Yeah, this public school team has stayed calm throughout the storm. You know, they could have hung their head. You know, they could have been like, oh, no, we're just playing around. But, no, they decided that they were going to come here and they were going to prove that they belong here as All-Stars.
So 51-49, private school team will have the inbound with 27 seconds. So basically a full shot clock. 1:41 to go, up by 2. And we still got a lot of basketball left to play, but this public school team really showing what they have to offer. As Muhammad kicks it out, 3 on the way, and the rebound to Walsh. Public school team can tie or take the lead on this possession to the corner. 3-pointer on the way, offensive rebound. It's down low, shot is in, basket and the foul. Don't look now, but Tavares Vaughn Cooper can take the lead for the public school team.
Yes, the smallest guy on the court for the public school, just measuring at 5'9", but somehow almost scored 19 points a game last season. He's going to showcase that he belongs here. And it's really hard over height.
Yes, and with the backcourt right now of Chilton and Vaughn Cooper staying at 5'9" and 5'10", it's interesting. It's a real testament of heart over height right here.
So the public school shows a lot of heart, takes the lead 52-51 as we're ticking towards a minute to go in this second quarter. McKnight, jumper, and smooth moves from Jamal McKnight.
And McKnight, again, it's 27 on 27 action. Oh, we
got a foul called, I believe. It's going to be on the floor.
A little bit of 2027 versus 2027 action right here.
Inbound to the corner. Chilton trying to find some space. Finds a little bit of a lane and finishes with the left.
And as you said, a little 27 versus 27 action. Chilton hitting first on this battle. Let's see what McKnight has.
Public school back up by 1, 54-53. 35 seconds to go, about 15 seconds between game clock and shot clock. McKnight, shifty, shot won't fall. And defensive rebound grabbed by the public school team, and they can run out the clock and take the last shot of the first half.
It just seems like Chilton is doing a great job of setting the pace as soon as he got in the game.
Chilton working on McKnight, and Dickerson with the assist. Chilton recovers, gets it to the corner. Walsh for three. Don't leave him open. Hayden Walsh putting on a show.
And if you think Walsh being a late ad did not put a chip on his shoulder, best think again.
And McKnight goes in and out, and the public school team with a momentous comeback going into halftime. They lead this 57-53, down by 13 going into the second quarter. They were down by, I believe, as much as 18 in this game. And Hayden Walsh, 4 threes there in that second quarter.
Yes, a beautiful effort in the second quarter by the entire public school team to come back down 13. They could, like I said, they could have hung their head, but no, they said we are here to play and we are here to stay with them taking the lead.
It's a true testament of the underdog with Hayden Walsh. Being able to come in the game and being one of the main reasons they were able to come in to get the win with his impact as wise of scoring. So it'll be a great game, and I'm looking forward to the dunk contest in between.
From these two sides to see how the public school can continue this energy from the first half while the private school can get back in rhythm.
Yeah, I know we said that we're going to ignore the dunk contest right now, but I think the dunk contest was fitting to showcase what has been going on in the first half. Like the public school, they came out hard after, a slow first quarter, and they have all the momentum, and they have the momentum from the dunk contest, and I believe that public school is going to have to carry that momentum from their strong second quarter into the second half. They're going to have to play some defense. This is All-Star game. A lot of guys don't want to play defense, but they're going to have to make sure that they're going to have to defend this talented private school squad if they want the bragging rights.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see what the public school was able to do in the second half. Will J.J. Taylor try to go 2 for 2 and get the win at the end of the game, or will the private school try to take home this dub in their home gym? I feel like Jacob Wallace and Jamal McKnight Jr. will try to make a big advantage and get a big advantage for their team, and it'll be nice to see them go at it.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to see a little bit more out of the St. Albans 1-2 punch from Jalen Wills and Grant Polk. Grant Polk, a little bit of a quieter first half for Grant Polk. I think we're going to have to see him step it up.
Yes, I think he's going to have to be more aggressive to get his shot, as well as Jalen Willis. They are the two 30-point leading scorers in this game, and they have to show why.
Yeah, he's made 1 3 and made 1 field goal. We just want to see just a little bit more production out of the star, who averaged 31.4 points and 9.7 rebounds in the 2024 basketball season.
Caden Samuels leads the private school team with 8 points in the first half, 7 from Khalib Norcom. And on the other side, it's Hayden Walsh with those 4 big threes. He's got 12. And backing him up with 9, J.J. Kelly, 4 of 6 from the field and 1 of 2 from three-point land. Now, Kelly's also tacked on 6 rebounds to those 9 points. So kind of flirting with double-double territory going into this second half.
Yeah, J.J. Kelly, he's doing it on both ends. He also has recorded a steal in this game as well.
Yeah, using his athleticism and be able to grab offensive and defensive boards and get out on the defensive lane for those steals.
Yeah, Showcase, again, like I said, he did not come all the way from Pennsylvania to play. He said, I'm coming down I-95 to prove something. He already proved something in the first half, proved in the dunk contest. Now we're going to see, is he going to get both trophies here tonight?
Jordan Garner and Jamal McKnight Jr. leading in the steals category on defense. Jamal McKnight averaged 1.6 steals per game during the regular season. And on the other side, Jordan Garner, he was pretty good himself. Almost 3 steals per game for Jordan Garner. Cameron Young, 4.4 steals himself, 2.5 a game for Giannis Kiki. So we've seen players showing off their defense, and with a flush, we will be ready to go into the second half of the 2024 Capital Hoop Summer League All-Star Game. First time we've seen this All-Star Game in 5 years, and it has not disappointed. Both the All-Star Game and the dunk contest have provided quite a spectacle for the fans and the media in attendance.
Yes, definitely. I can't speak for everybody, but I've had a great time watching this. Yes. And Cameron Young, coming off the bench, he's 50% from the three-point line. I think it's going to be important. Oh, they actually have him coming out of the halftime starting, so I think they're going to want to see a little bit more three-point production from the starting unit of the public school team.
And yes, it is a great event in Jeffrey, the Capital Hoops Summer League All-Star Game. It's nice to see them transfer from the Capital Hoops All-Star Game during the year and transfer to the Summer League to have these high school players be able to show off their talent. So a great event so far.
So your public school starters for the second half, number 1, Tavares Vaughn Cooper, along with number 8, Cameron Young, number 24, Caleb Thomas, number 99, Andrew Maria, and number 10, Kalen Chilton.
And you see Caden Samuels taking out the ball. He was able to have a very efficient first half, 3 for 6 for 8 points.
Samuels, Wallace, Jamal McKnight Jr., along with Prince Moody and Logan Jones. As Samuel starts us off with a bang.
Deep 3 from Caden Samuels.
And we've seen him being able to get to that lefty pull-up multiple times in this game. Very confident in it.
Yeah, just half of that McNamara 1-2 punch here in this All-Star game, and he is showing why the boys from District Heights are going to make some noise this season.
And there's a private school steal. And leaving it short. 3 is no good from Prince Moody, but getting it back. Jamal McKnight Jr. tries it. It goes off the top of the backboard. An offensive rebound, and the putback is in for Prince Moody, and the private schools take the lead again.
Yeah, and I think the private schools, they're getting back on these offensive boards, and I think that's really going to be the difference in this game.
Vaughn Cooper looking for some space, hands it off to Kalen Chilton. Chilton trying to work some magic. We see the handles through everybody. Somehow gets a shot up, and he's fouled. So he draws the contact from Logan Jones.
Chilton is able to use his shifty move to get in the bucket, get to the bucket, and draw a foul.
Yeah, Schultz is such a young player going into his sophomore season. It's going to be exciting to see what he does for the boys from C.G. Woodson going into these next seasons.
Kalen Chilton, 7 points in the first half, was 2 for 2 from the line, and he hits the first shot here.
23.5 point per game scorer last season in his freshman year.
And he hits the second. He's got 9 points, tied for the second best in the public schools. They take a 1-point lead once more, 59-58. Down low, Caden Samuels. Pushed out to the corner. Samuels, three-pointer on the way, too strong.
And we're seeing a little bit more defensive intensity in the second half. These guys do not want to lose.
Yes, players getting back on defense, players going to the offensive board. The intensity has picking up for sure.
Another three-pointer on the way. And again tracking down the offensive rebound. Tavares Vaughn Cooper.
The guy who's 5'9" is getting all the offensive rebounds.
I mean, it's all about positioning and boxing out. McKnight can't get the handle there. Maria will try himself a three-pointer and connect.
Maria laces a 3-point shot.
It's his first made basket of the game. Now a 4-point public school lead, and they got the 2-on-1. And Maria!
And he's showing that he came from Yorktown and he's going to get up.
And you see our first alley-oop of the actual game. We get into it.
6-point lead for public school. McKnight can't make the three. And elevating and slamming it down, Prince Alexander Moody.
Great pump fake and drive by Moody.
7 points for him. Contested three-pointer, rattles and spins home.
This guy is just going into his sophomore season.
12 points for Chilton.
And it's good to know that Chilton also averaged just under 6 assists per game too, an unselfish scorer.
Vaughn Cooper down low, and just a complete miscommunication on defense there.
And they just lost Young.
Cameron Young gets his first second half basket. He's got 8. 69-60 public school, the 9-point lead, 7 minutes to go. Jumper is good.
Great one-footer turnaround by Jacob Wallace. Great one-footer jump shot.
Showcasing that this is his school. 5'10" rising senior from DeMatha.
Down low, Maria. Can't track down the rebound. Taking it the other way, pull-up three-pointer. Off the mark, and the rebound is grabbed by Kalen Chilton. As these two guards, Chilton and Vaughn Cooper, are doing everything here in this second half so far for the public schools, as there's a projection from Logan Jones. Other way, Can't finish with the left. And I think they're going to call a foul on the shot.
And so far, this small ball lineup is working right now for the public school team. And they're actually out rebounding the private school team when they have guards who are 5'9", 5'10", and 5'10" on the floor.
Yeah. As Noah mentioned before, Shelton and all these small guards are doing a great job of boxing out and getting to the board to be able to have the advantage on the board this quarter.
Well, the public schools took a 35-23 rebound advantage into the half. And they have showcased that they can crash the glass in the second half as well. Samuels goes 2 for 2, down to a 5-point deficit for the private schools. 6:17 to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, defensive intensity coming up, showcase a little bit of a trap. Leave Maria open in the corner. And you just can't do that.
That's a mistake.
Another three for Maria.
The young man who drove here from Yorktown from downtown.
Showing off what Arlington has. He's got 8 points all here in the third quarter, including 2 made threes. McKnight, and they're going to thought he was fouled. Shot also not there for Logan Jones.
Tavares Young Cooper showcasing some handle.
And foul called on the floor. It's going to lead to 5-player substitution on both sides, so we get a fresh new 10 on the floor.
We see our dunk champion, J.J. Kelly, answer the game. Let's see what he's going to do in the second half.
And we saw number 15, Hayden Walsh from Whitman, come off the bench last quarter and have a great showing for 3-point and
just a absolute collapse. I don't think that Hayden Walsh really knew what he was doing, but that might be the easiest layup that Jalen Wills will ever have in his career.
And another steal from Wills and another easy layup for Wills. Again, this is a guy who scored 30.3 points per game at St. Albans last season.
We're seeing a great trap from the private team as soon as the public team picks up the ball. Great intensity right here.
The public team needs to have some answers.
Not afraid to play defense. Private schools are putting on a defensive clinic here with the double teams, the switches, and there's another turnover.
I think you saw an opportunity where Jamie Finn should have put the ball up when he was under the basket.
Mix up, pull up three, in and out.
I think Norcom might have got away with a double dribble, but you know, it's the All-Star game.
Now public school can settle into their rhythm just a little bit, and we might see some real deal clinic basketball. Drive inside, and it's back with the private schools, but not for long.
Great defensive play by Walsh.
And great pass by Shelby to get it to Kelly for the nice layup.
Kelly into double figures with 11 points. 5 of 7 shooting. Dickerson, Hezzy, spin. Hesitates again. Not giving up on the rebound. Giannis Kiki there to secure. He's going to try to take it coast to coast. Oh, what a flip.
Nice no-look pass, but just does not finish. But he gets the offensive rebound back, and Kelly goes up and misses it as well.
Polk with the rebound. So now quick basketball being played. Pull-up three-pointer nestles into place.
Great shot by Willis, 30-point per game. So we're seeing him get back on the board right there.
That's now 12 points for Wills.
And just piss poor transition defense. It just allows Bryce Shelby just to get back in transition, just a quick free throw after the three-pointer.
That's now 4 points for Selby. He can make it 5 here on the line.
And not only does this hurt the private school squad because not only did he just make a bucket off of transition, but he also got the foul.
Leaves the free throw short. 76-71, 5-point lead for the public school. 3:47 to go in the third. Dickerson has it. Thought about the three. And the 1-2 is stolen by Selby.
Stolen back by Vaughn Cooper.
Muhammad puts it down low and rising in and finishing for the private schools, Khalib Norcom.
Great drop step dunk for Norcom, really carving out his way in the paint. And the steal again for Norcom.
Dickerson has a lane and he can't finish the dunk. Norcom waits for Dickerson to get off the rim before putting it back himself, and it's down to a 1-point game.
Had to clean it up for his boy right there. Great play.
Yeah, you see Dickerson smiling right now. He knows he left one.
Fantastic pass, and Kelly rises for the finish.
Speaking of Dickerson, just a defensive lapse, you know, just falling asleep as Kelly goes in the backdoor cut.
13 now for Kelly. Haki Muhammad gets past his man, puts it up through traffic, and just cleaning up Windex style. Khalib Norcom just grabbing rebounds left and right.
Another drop step dunk for Norcom. And another drop step dunk for Kelly. He's picking up where he left off in the dunk contest.
He's getting to it in this paint right now.
I mean, Kelly just has so much bounce that it's really, really hard to contain him because he can just take it off the floor.
And a lot of hustle from Haki Muhammad on that play. And a brilliant move by Bryce Shelby. Again, like I said, he's came here to prove not only in the dunk contest but also in both of these halves that I should not have been left out of this game.
And he is doing it so far.
2:10 to go in the third, 82-79. Public School still clinging to a lead. Out of bounds. Giannis Kiki.
Walsh with a nice perimeter defense.
And I think what I like that I'm seeing so far is we're really not seeing any timeouts from these coaches. They're letting their players play. I mean, they're afforded 4 timeouts per half, but the DeMatha coaching and the Whitman coaching just kind of keeping it to themselves. Pull-up jumper.
Yeah, I think you're definitely going to see more timeouts called as a guy. And Norcom tries to dunk on Public School's number 21, Jordan Garner.
And Norcom said, get out of my way.
And Garner definitely got out of his way.
15 points for Norcom. He's earned all 15 of those. On the other side.
And a crafty move by Vaughn Cooper.
Crafty move. And Norcom is just having his way in his paint in this third quarter. It seems like there's no real answer for him right now.
He's found a way to heat up.
On the other side, 3 from Norcom is not there. 84-81 Public School lead, a minute 20 to go, and a steal from Norcom. And they're going to let him go. Puts it in with 2 hands.
Another dunk for Norcom.
I don't know why he wasn't in this dunk contest.
Norcom should have been in this dunk contest.
Yeah. Seems like he would definitely threw down some powerful ones.
17 for Norcom. 10 of them have come in this third quarter.
And Norcom is a big guy up close. He's standing at 6'6".
Crossover, kick out. Vaughn Cooper, back to the corner, contested 3, swish down for Kalen Chilton.
Chilton has really done a great job of choosing spots where to shoot or to create for his team.
Yeah, Chilton, a young guy with the rebound. He's doing it on both ends. Right now he's putting on a clinic.
15 for Chilton. Gives it up. There's a 3 on the way. Not strong enough. Shot clock is turned off. Polk can't leave him open.
Can't leave Polk open. Again, a guy who averaged 31.4 points a game and 9.7 rebounds.
Yeah, I think in this fourth quarter, Polk needs to be aggressive to get in this shot for sure.
Out 3-pointer. Off the back, Maria tips it out. We'll try another shot. This one also no good. Clock winding down. Half-court heave off the front of the rim for I believe that final shot
Micah Samuels
was taken by Samuels. And going into the fourth quarter, it is a 1-point lead only for the Public School, 87-86. Khalib Norcom, a big part of that surge for the private schools to tighten this gap from 4 down to 1. But on the other side, we've seen the public schools also hitting some key shots of their own. 2 made threes for Kalen Chilton, and they're grabbing rebounds left and right.
Yeah, I think we're going to see an electric fourth quarter. But both these teams that came with both offensive and defensive intensity. Private school squad cutting down this lead 2-1. We're in for a good one, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it'll be interesting with all the All-Star to see who really wants to take over and kind of bring this game home for their team.
Yeah, this is the moments where your stars come to play and they show why they're stars. And, you know, this is the All-Star game, but trust and believe there's guys here who believe they're stars. Yeah.
Just a 1-point difference between these two teams. It's public school and private school showing down here in the Capital Hoop Summer League All-Star Game. Final 10 minutes of action, and we are underway in this fourth quarter from DeMatha. As Chilton feeling the heat, down low, and fantastic patience from Jordan Gardner. He let 2 defenders fly by.
Yeah, the 6'3" guard who scored 18.5 points a game last season. As Moody pulls up and leaves it short.
And the board taking it the other way. J.J. Addison.
And we see this trap by the private team really affecting the public school so far.
Yeah, public schools kind of have to find some type of answer for the private school's trap.
They lose their rhythm as soon as the private school puts on that double team. Spin moves, having pockets picked, and a turnover caused by the public side.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to take. The public school is going to have to turn up the defensive intensity just as the private school has as well.
And I think that was a lob attempt by Tavares Vaughn Cooper. Regardless, public school with the rebound. Vaughn Cooper swings it inside. Garner, again, look at this patience under the basket. Lets his defenders do their thing, and then he puts it up.
And what a beautiful feed from Vaughn Cooper.
Yeah, beautiful pass by Cooper to get him open.
McKnight, I think that was blocked by Garner. He has a traveling party, takes it himself, and that's 6 straight points for Jordan Garner.
And interesting, we talked about who was going to step up in this fourth quarter, and Garner is stepping up early.
And a quick 2.
Moody with the beautiful slash.
Prince Alexander Moody, he's got 9. Vaughn Cooper, and he's fouled by Samuels.
Samuels doesn't like it.
And Cooper making a great early impact with his passes and being able to get to the rim even at his 5'9" frame.
There's Vaughn Cooper, 5 points. Had 20 plus in 5 of 8 games in the regular season. Hits the first free throw. And standing at only 5'9", he holds a Division I offer from Charleston.
You know, Tavares Vaughn Cooper, he's a guy, he's going to have to put on some weight, but he's definitely feisty on both ends of the court. He's definitely a pest, as you can see right now.
And he still has 2 years of high school ball to go. He's a rising junior.
Yeah, so he has some time to develop, really get to his own, get that three-pointer going, which is something a short guard needs, so he'd have that time.
Jamal McKnight Jr. really puts a shoulder down and gets a tough basket. It's now a 5-point game.
McKnight again noting he is going to his sophomore season, and he is at home at DeMatha.
There's a steal. Moody.
And Moody.
Vaughn Cooper gets the ball back.
Fast break. It's 3-on-3. Cooper and 1.
A tough bucket from Vaughn Cooper. Personally, I didn't think he got fouled, but he did survive through the contact down low.
Cooper is making his presence known even in his paint in the fourth quarter.
9 points from Tavares Vaughn Cooper. 97-90 lead. 8:01 to play in this fourth quarter.
Vaughn Cooper at just 5'9", averaging 19.3 points a game, 4.4 rebounds, and 3 assists. A guy at 5'9" should not be getting 4.4 rebounds, but that just goes to show that he wants it.
A tenacious guard indeed. And he will go for the 3-point play here. And he's perfect from the line. 4 for 4 from the charity stripe for Tavares Vaughn Cooper. 10 points. And an 8-point lead for the public schools. Jamal McKnight Jr. calling out the ISO. He's going to try his luck. Step back 3-pointer. And can't get the clip to go.
Beautiful move, just did not finish it.
Had Jamie Finn on skates. Finn calls for it. Back to Selby. Flips it. Kiki.
And as Finn checks back into this game for Vaughn Cooper, I'm going to see him need to be a little bit more aggressive, take a little bit more shots.
3-pointer, McKnight. No.
McKnight has been struggling to get his three-pointer going in this game.
And Selby will take it in transition, kick it out to the corner. 3-pointer off the back of the rim. So still an 8-point game. Caden Samuels will take it slowly up the floor.
Not to see Caden Samuel control his offense right here as a big guard.
Pull-up 3. And his partner in crime, Prince Moody, able to grab the rebound and finally gets the third chance points.
And Moody has been able to make a killing on the offensive rebound so far in this game.
11 points for Moody. He's in the double figures himself. Selby finds a lane and puts it off the backboard.
It's a Bryce Selby with something to prove in this ball game.
8 points now for Selby, and they hit the 100 mark. 100-92, drawing the contact and can't finish Jacob Wallace will shoot 2 free throws, though.
Jacob Wallace with the finesse. Almost got the finish. Will be going to the free throw line for 2, though.
It's the 5'10" guard, DeMatha, going into his senior season. It's going to be great to see how he emerges as a leader.
Jacob Wallace, we've seen these past 3 summer leagues really been a key factor for the DeMatha team. They took those back-to-back summer league championships. And this year they're looking to get back on that pedestal as he misses the first free throw.
And Wallace, he's averaged under 10 points last season, but he showed out in the summer league, so it's going to be great to see how he, again, emerges as a leader and emerges as another primary scorer along with Jamal McKnight Jr. for the DeMatha Stag squad.
You know, Wallace, he's actually a football star at DeMatha. He holds an offer for Siena for basketball, but a multitude of Division I offers in football. West Virginia, South Florida, Marshall, Central Michigan among teams knocking on his door going into his senior season.
Yes, and I know that football frame is able to help him when he gets downhill on layups. So.
Well, he plays DB, so when it talks about being able to get that vertical to steal passes, grab rebounds, etc., he's got it and then some.
Yeah, you could definitely see the athleticism he has on the court. That, you know, the footwork that it takes to play defensive back, the athleticism, the lateral movement, and just a change of direction, you know, you definitely see that translate on the basketball court as well.
Yes. And his frame having to deal with strong people every day in football, being able to translate the dealing, to be able to translate that to basketball is something very special.
As Caden Samuels hits his first free throw, 14 for him now. And the second one bounces in. 15 points for Caden Samuels, 100-94. Public School in the lead by 6. Just over 6 minutes to play in this basketball game.
Public School's going to have to continue to find ways to break the trap as they're going to keep the lead.
Some fantastic passing. It does not result in points, but a nice rebound and a rejection.
You're Garner with a nice offensive rebound, but does get rejected. And Caden Samuels. Caden Samuels, the 6'5" big guard from McNamara. He averaged 25 points a game.
And this trap is truly causing problems for the Public School All-Stars.
And that was an interception from Wallace getting in the passing lane, but cannot hit the 3 for Moody. Garner.
And patience again with the and one.
This time he draws the contact.
And that's a killer again.
I mean, that is
and one opportunities.
That's truly an asset. The way he has those eyes in the back of his head, he can feel the defense, the pressure from behind, settles, stops, and lets them do their thing while he puts it up.
Yes, and I feel like Gardner is really doing a good job of taking what's come to him in this fourth quarter. I feel like he was having problems getting three-point going in the first couple of halves. Now he's getting easy layups and getting going.
10 points for Gardner, and 11 as he hits the free throw.
Yeah, Garner with a quiet first half, 1 for 7 from field, 0 for 3 from the three-point strike.
We're going to get a timeout called by the Public School team as they take a 103-96 lead with 5:34 to play. The Whitman coaching staff wanting some time to talk it over, and for these final 5.5 minutes, Branson and Bryce, I mean, we've seen this game go back and forth, but the Public School throughout this entire third and fourth quarter have not given up that lead they took into the second half.
Yes, and I feel like the Public School is doing a great job of deciding on who they want to take shots and how they want to distribute the ball. They're also doing a good job of, while they're dealing with the trap, still getting buckets out of the trap. They obviously need to deal with it better, but they will change it through the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Public School in bend but not break mode right now. You know, we've seen this lead get cut down. Even Private School taking a 1-point lead, but Public School has found a way each possession to make sure that they stay in the lead of this game.
So they hold a 103-96 lead. Just a hair over 5.5 to play in this game. Nothing but bragging rights on the line, but still nice to come out. And we've been treated to a high-scoring game. I mean, usually in All-Star games, that's the norm. I mean, you see in the NBA All-Star game, some teams reach 200 points, but having almost 200 combined points here in a game of high school players is still fantastic to see as we see some flips from the Private School and a 3 big-time shot from Grant Polk.
Yeah, Grant Polk's a guy I thought we would have saw a lot more of, but, you know, he's coming in clutch in this fourth quarter.
Yes, and hopefully he can get going in these last 5 minutes.
And we see that DeMatha coaching staff are calling out the double teams Fantastic defensive set from the private school. Garner, doesn't matter. He hits from deep as well.
Garner has got cooking. He has the hot end, and he's going to ride it out.
Again, this is where stars show up.
And Wallace silences the crowd just a little bit on the other side. Selby.
We need to try to get Garner has the hard hand right now. And he's doing a good job of finding open spots.
Garner needs to get the ball.
Up top.
And they just missed Garner on the inside.
Kiki finds Selby down low, and he gets it through a tall tree. Extended hands of Khalib Norcom could not stave off Bryce Selby.
Great nifty move from Selby. Again, the 6'1" guard from Fairmont Heights. He has something to prove for being left off of this roster.
Yes, and great job of Shelby of going over the contact and getting that bucket.
10 points for him on the other side. Hakeem Muhammad able to draw contact. So back up to a 7-point lead for the public school team. Muhammad's first free throw is true. Hakeem Muhammad played 5 games in the regular season. 32 points in May against Annapolis Area Christian. He transferred to New Hope from the National Christian Academy white team. He goes 2 for 2.
Yeah, Hakeem Muhammad did a great job of being a real leader for the New Hope squad. I got to see a couple of his games, and this guy, he is just tenacious.
Did they not get the memo that you cannot leave Hayden Walsh open for 3?
The one thing you can't do.
And again, you see Hakeem Muhammad, just a crafty scorer, shielding the defender with the basket.
Yes, and you saw Kelly trying to come over there for that high-flying block, but he was able to get that shot with the left hand over.
Hakeem Muhammad joins the 10-point club. It's a 111-105 lead and make it 106. Muhammad with 11. 5-point public school lead under 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Off the backboard, leaving it short. J.J. Addison, 3-pointer on the way. That one off the back iron. Rebound is tracked down by Khalib Norcom. Taking it with the left, putting it behind the back. To the corner. Polk contested 3 and a rare miss from Grant Polk. As the private school ease up on defense and take them at half court.
Cameron Young back in the game.
Step back 3-pointer. That is just diabolical work.
I don't know what to say. I mean, Cameron Young, he shot it from Florida Avenue. Like, that's all I can say.
Yeah, the public school All-Star doing a great job making timely shots right now, right when they need them.
Hakeem Muhammad couldn't connect. The swing pass, the vision. My goodness. Can't.
Again, Cameron Young proving that he is a leader. He's a great player going to his senior season at Cardozo.
And Cameron Young, he's shown he can shoot. He's shown he can pass. The court vision was immaculate on that assist to J.J. Addison down low. On the other side, Jacob Wallace back at the line. Trails by 10, 116-106 with 2:50 to play. Hits the first.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say with the leadership of Cameron Young at the guard position that Cardozo has another chance to go to the DC State Championship again this upcoming year.
Wallace misses the second. 9 points separate these teams. 116-107 lead for the public school team. Cameron Young, it leaves it short. He's his own worst enemy there. Hakeem Muhammad. Spin move. Norcom back out. Muhammad, and he loses it in midair. Young on the other way. Cameron Young off the backboard trying to get the oop.
Trying to get a little flashy with the 9-point lead.
And Muhammad.
And a great play by Walsh.
Tried to swing to the corner. Addison.
The 6'5" wing from Frederick, Maryland.
10 points for Addison. And an 11-point lead for the private school team with 2:06 to go. DeMatha staff wants to call a timeout. All the energy in the world is with the public schools. And, I mean, this is just a completely different game when we saw in the first 10 minutes to these last 28 minutes or so.
Yes. And I think the public school has really been able to find their rhythm and really carry it out through the fourth quarter. Right now what we see from the private All-Stars is that they're looking for a way to make a run in these last 2 minutes, and we're going to see if they're able to get it done.
Yeah, this private school team is going to have to tighten up. Only 2 minutes left in this ball game. They have to be meticulous and they have to be careful with their game plan, and they have to execute.
Really can't afford many mistakes. They've committed a lot of turnovers on the offensive end, and I think that for as stout as their defensive set is, they have been giving up a lot of gaps in defense. We've seen guys on the public school side able to find room down low, and they've been getting wide open layups as a result of the double team that always leaves a floater on the other side if they can find it.
Yeah, you could have said it better. You know, the private school team, they've been doing well with the trap. You know, when they've been able to keep them in their front court, it's been a problem. But once this public school has been able to advance the ball past half court, it seems like the defensive assignment gets a little bit more lax.
And that might come with the All-Star game, really not having that time to practice the trap and not knowing to have that help defender coming in the backside.
Jamal McKnight Jr. in the game, trying to start things off quickly, and he can't. Putback is there, though. And Caden Samuels cuts it a little bit, and there's the sleeping on defense. Kelly! Oh, my goodness. He did not just do that mid-game.
And Cameron Young with the steal.
And it's going to go to that private school team, but it does not matter.
The dunk champion made the end game through the legs. This dude has been wilding today. He has truly been wilding today.
I mean, what can we say about J.J. Kelly? Like I said, he's electric.
What kind of man in their sane mind puts it through the legs in actual game time? It's an all-star game, but you're still going at game speed. He had a man trailing, and he just still decided to put it between the legs.
It must be the deliriousness of driving from Pennsylvania that's got him a little tired, so the judgment is terrible, but just the great athleticism that has been on display is amazing.
Yeah.
It's 120-109 in favor of the public schools, and foul on the defensive end. And free throws to come for Prince Alexander Moody. And I mean, with an 11-point lead, a minute 40 to go, if Moody can hit both of these, it goes back down to 9. But the way these two teams have been playing, it feels like the public school has all the energy as Moody misses the first.
Yeah, and that was one Moody really needed to have. And unfortunately, this might end up turning into a free throw shooting contest. But again, private school's going to have to find a way to make buckets, and they're going to have to find a way to get stops.
Yes, they're going to have to go on a run and in a hurry.
Moody hits the second, and you can see the full court press is in effect.
Let's hope they can do their rotations correctly to make sure the back defender is not left open.
Addison puts it on the floor to Maria.
And you see the public all-stars moving the ball around, trying to waste a little bit of time.
And I think they missed a backdoor cut to Kelly as Cameron gets fouled.
Cameron Young will head to the line for 2. Young has not attempted a free throw this game. He's got 11 points, 6 in the first and 5 in the second half. It's Cameron Young, the senior guard from Cardozo. Averaged 4.4 steals per game in the Summer League regular season. Hits the first free throw.
Yeah, and I called a game with Cardozo versus BCC where he led his Cardozo squad to get this 34 turnovers in the game.
4.42.
34 team turnovers in the game that Cardozo caused against BCC.
That's unheard of in a 32-minute game. As this game is pretty much over, it's just seeing how many points can these two teams score. The rebound from Kelly, and private school not taking their foot off the gas, but neither is the public school side. What I love about these high school games is that even when the game is out of reach, they're still going at full speed.
Yeah, these guys are still playing. You know, they still feel like they have a lot to play for.
Yeah, they got all the energy in the world as well.
Addison feinted a 3, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Under 45 on game clock. Maria to the corner. Kelly, look out below.
As Kelly takes flight in that number 23 jersey, he looks like another 23 that we've seen play basketball.
The way he took off from that free throw line of the dunk contest, I see it.
In high school, like, it just goes to show the athleticism we're starting to see from these young guys.
19 points from Kelly in the All-Star game, and he has the rebound, and the shot clock is turned off. So at this point, the public school team can dribble out the clock. Instead, on the other side, a lay-in makes it 123 to 112, clock running down.
It's a careless, I mean, turnover really doesn't matter, but, you know.
There's back-to-back buckets from Khalib Norcom. And another heave. Addison between the legs. Kelly!
Only way to end the day. Only way to end the day.
Right before the buzzer.
And the exclamation point to end a beautiful ball game from the public school squad.
As Kelly puts the nail in the coffin. Final score, your public school All-Stars 125, your private school All-Stars 114. And we've harped on this about how this game turned on its head. In that first quarter, the public school, they looked disorganized. Private school, like they were firing on all cylinders, really giving it to those public school players. And then all of a sudden, something clicked for the public school in the second quarter. They took the lead into halftime, and then they cruised here in this second half to an 11-point victory in this All-Star game.
Yes, and I feel like the public school really came in, and they came together and said, we have something to prove in this game. And that's the thing that switched. They were able to get everybody involved, really get people scoring, get back cuts, get everything going, and get this lead over the private All-Stars to get the dub.
And what a way to rally. Like, you know, you see in these All-Star games, you know, sometimes you don't see the best defensive efforts, but this public school team, after the first quarter, turned up their defensive intensity, turned up their offensive intensity, and found a way to go on a run.
Yes, and even we saw people who you might have thought might not have the biggest impact in the win, like Harsh and Garner, be able to have big impacts in the fourth quarter to get the dub.
You know, amazing fourth quarter effort from Garner. You know, in the first half, again, one for two. No, he was like 1 for 7, and he was 1 for 7 and 0 for 3 from three-point line. And to go into the second half and have the game he had, amazing.
So your point leaders, public schools, it's J.J. Kelly who led all scorers with 21 points and 11 rebounds. So a double-double in this game for J.J. Kelly. On the other side of things, Khalib Norcom, 21 points himself with 7 rebounds. 19 points for Caden Samuels for the private team. And 15 for Kalen Chilton for the public schools. And we have a multitude of players in double figures, along with Prince Moody with 12, Jalen Wills with 12, Haki Muhammad with 11, and 15 for Hayden Walsh, 12 for Cameron Young, 14 for Jordan Garner, and 10 apiece for Tavares Vaughn Cooper and J.J. Addison. But just what a show that we had. I mean, the dunk contest provided the fireworks, and the All-Star Game second half did not disappoint itself. J.J. Kelly taking those notes and that energy and that fire from the dunk contest and giving us some poster-worthy dunks here especially in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, J.J. Kelly had something to prove, you know, tied in points for the total game with Caleb Norcom. Dunk contest winner comes in the fourth quarter. East Bay with the game on the line. I mean, he had something to prove today, and he definitely opened the eyes of everyone here at DeMatha.
Yes, and J.J. Kelly set the momentum with his dunk contest win, and he was able to carry it to the rest of the half for his public little team.
And I believe they just announced him as player of the game as well.
Yeah, it's going to get that MVP award, and he deserved it. The private school team took over 100 shots as a team for the game. Public school took 96 of their own. They were exactly 50%, 48 of 96, finished 15 of 38 from 3 and 14 of 16 from the line. As for the private schools, 44 of, I believe, 101, 43.6% from the field, 12 of 49 from 3. They took almost 53 pointers.
Yeah, I think that's just a byproduct of the All-Star game environment.
Yeah.
And 14 of 20 from the line. The public school out-rebounded the private school 60 to 50, and they forced 13 turnovers. The public school committed 23 turnovers that game, and the private school had 18 steals, but it did not matter as the public school comes out on top 125 to 114. They win over the private school in the 2024 Capital Hoop Summer League All-Star Game, and that'll do it for our coverage of this All-Star Game. A fantastic showing from this public school squad that come out with a win. For Branson Brooks and Bryce Parker on the color commentary, Skylar Nelson on the sideline. I've been Noah Schubert saying so long from DeMatha, and we will see you in the playoffs. You've been watching the Capital Hoop Summer League All-Star Game on SASN TV.
DMV Hoop Session at the Capital Hoop Summer League, providing the best high school basketball in the DMV.